welcome to Light Guided. Lisa here, and I'm going to do a general reading. I'm just going to throw some cards down and see what messages come forward. I felt really called to just tap into the energies that are happening right now and see if there are any messages that want to emerge that are really here to support our highest good and our well-being at this time. It's certainly been an interesting time. I know for me personally, lots and lots of energies, kind of almost intrusively. For those of you that are sensitive, you may be having similar experiences. Anyway, let's go ahead and just begin with an initial oracle card. All right. Spirit, what messages would you like to come forward for this collective, please, at this time? Any messages for this collective at this time? Thank you. Oh, I love it. This beautiful energy of stillness. All right, so let's dive in and see what is here. For some of you right now, in this energy of stillness, there's a little bit of a sense of protective mode, a sense here of kind of glossing over or creating like a spiritual bubble around your energy. And it's like you're creating your own stillness by doing that, by bringing this protective energy in, or sorry, by bringing in this kind of quality around this stillness, this, you know, glazing over, this kind of, it's like a really, this is about, this energy is very about self-protection and self-preservation. That's the word I'm looking for, self-preservation. So let's see what more we can learn about this self-preservation. What's the purpose of this self-preservation at this time, Spirit? What's the purpose of this self-preservation? What more can you tell us about self-preservation? What more can you tell us about self-preservation? Anything more, please? Anything more? Anything more on self-preservation? Oh, what a sweet energy. We have the energy of delight, the energy of stillness again. Wow. The energy of transformation, going forward, and miracles. So a lot of you right now are holding back as you're in this transformational energy, as you're in this shift and this change. You are creating your own sense of stillness, which really gives you quite a lot of pleasure and delight. It really gives you quite a lot of inner peace as you're able to create this stillness for yourself. And it's partly about preparing yourself to move forward on the next step and on the next part of your journey in this transformation. And I want to look at this transformation card more deeply here. And there's something, like I said, about this kind of delightful energy. There's something really beautiful about being in this stillness, in this container. You've created this opportunity for yourself to be more in alignment with the miracles that are happening around you, to be more attuned to those kinds of energies, noticing synchronicities. And for some of you, there's also in this stillness, there's a very meditative quality in this that feels like it's allowing you to see things through new eyes, to experience the world in a new way, to experience your life in a new way. And because you're now in this energy of seeing things newly, almost out of new eyes, it becomes part of this transformational process for you. It's like the more you transform, the more you're seeing things differently, and the more you see things differently, the more you're transforming. It's quite beautiful. So I want to take a look here at this transformational energy, this transformative energy. Let's see what more Spirit would like to share here around transformation. Spirit, what more can we know around transformation for the collective at this time? Thank you. What more can we know about transformation, please? Anything more? Anything more, please? Oh my. Not that many more. We just want the most relevant messages, not the whole deck, okay? Anything more, please? Thank you, Spirit. Anything more, please? There we go. All right. The energies are hopping, that is for sure. So we have lots of energies coming out here. Let me take a moment to look at these. Oh my gosh, these are so beautiful. Holy heck, in a handbasket. So there's a lot of you preparing for some really beautiful, oh boy, it almost brings tears to my eyes. There's this incredibly beautiful energy that is coming about as part of this transformation. Let's just start with this energy here shining through. So in this transformation, what's powerful and what's happening here is this explosion of your own divine energy. It's like you are blossoming, you're coming into your own, and you are moving into this energy of shining your light. I mean, really powerfully shining your light, not dimming your light for anyone. So that's the transformational process that you're going through right now, is coming into that empowerment and that beautiful energy of, boy, it comes across to me as like even being beyond just that energy of, you know, being powerful in the world, but this is about being powerful spiritually, being a powerful spirit, and being a powerful spirit in the world, right? Very powerful, very beautiful energy. In this transformation, for many of you, there's also this energy of divine creation. There's something here very powerful around planting. Hold on, let's see if I can get this right. It's like rooting through this transformation. You were learning to root yourself. You were learning to create this abundance in your life through a sense of groundedness, through a sense of being fully connected with the earth and with the cosmos. So again, these energies are all coming through to me as like, you know, an increase in your consciousness, an increase in your conscious awareness. And these are all the ways that this is showing up for you. Again, you know, shining that light, having that powerful energy, but also recognizing there's something here about recognizing, again, how to shine that energy in the 3D, how to be that source of light in the 3D. And that is going to depend a lot on how you're grounding into and connecting with, you know, the earth and the cosmos, and how you're relating. What's your relationship to what it is to be human on the planet, what it is to be human and have a connection with the cosmos? How are you seeing your divine nature within the current 3D energies? It's It's very mystical and very, very beautiful. And there's also a quality here. There's a very feminine, a divine feminine energy in this, a divine creative energy in this. This is also about beginning to recognize the possibilities, beginning to recognize what is possible in your life. Not just at the level of, well, and I shouldn't say it like not just, right? Like it's no big deal, but this is beyond the possibilities of, oh, I could do this kind of work or have this kind of job or live in this kind of house. This is like the possibilities of who can I be in the world? How can I most beautifully express my gifts in the world? How can I most powerfully express myself? For some of you, this is an energy of, and I'm going to say motherhood because there's a feminine quality to this energy. So for some of you, there's something here around the creation of life, bringing life into the world, nurturing life, nurturing that creative energy, that reciprocity that happens when you're, and I'll say mother again because it's a feminine energy, take it as it resonates, but when you're in that mothering energy, there's something really powerful that happens in that creation, right? Oh, interesting. So they're telling me, for those of you that message resonates with, there's a divinity in the expression of being mother, being a parent in this way, that we begin to recognize in an intuitive way how we're connected to spirit. So depending on your particular beliefs, so this may not resonate for everyone, but depending on your particular beliefs, if you believe that there is a divine spirit or a God, and maybe not so much in the traditional way, but if you believe that you're part of that divinity, if you believe that you're part of all of creation, and you are expressing part of your creation through the creation of other life, through the creation of giving birth and parenting, it's like you're a mirror for the divine creator. You're a mirror of that divine creation. And so there's something very spiritual and very powerful here in that energy as well. And again, that creativity energy keeps coming forward here. And I'm seeing for some of you an energy of writing, of producing, books, materials, poems, journaling, writing books about your experience, producing that, sharing that, painting, creating. I'm even seeing for some of you like making clothing, creating beautiful, beautiful tapestries and clothing that express that divinity that you feel. It's like this call to create, this call to express yourself creatively. A lot of beautiful energy in that card. And I don't know if you can see that. It's very subtle and the light is a little funky, but this is deep breath. So part of this transformation for some of you is also really learning to be in that stillness that we talked about here, really learning to be in that stillness, learning that in the stillness, you find the divine, you find the divinity in the stillness, you find that, and I'll use the term God, right? You find that spirit in the stillness, which as you move through this transformation, you realize that you are spirit. Spirit is you, that lives within you. That place of stillness is where the abundance of all of life lives. That place of stillness is where all of creation lives. And I like the words like supply, all supply lives in that place within you. So there's a recognition here on your journey in this transformation that you are divine. You are the divine, that temple, that divine temple within. And I talk about that in other, readings. I love that recognition that the divine lives within us and it has its expression through us. It's not just us, being in, living our lives, right? We are expressing the divine. We are a manifestation of that. So beautiful. We have tender embrace. try to make it so you all can see these beautiful images, these gorgeous cards. Tender embrace. For some of you, this transformation energy that you're in now is about repairing and preparing for meeting your life mate, your companion, and you could say soulmate, that's one way of describing it, but this particular person, and I'm seeing here this, gender is not an issue here. So this could be, same-sex couples, opposite sex couples, transgender couples, whatever that is for your particular experience. But this is about finding and connecting with a divine partner, a partner who in life you are building something together. So part of this transformation again is repairing and preparing. So any healing that needs to happen around relationship, around partnership, or around your beliefs around partnership, your beliefs around yourself, your own energy, and what that means for being in preparation for partnership. But this is very much, for some of you, you are calling in your divine partner. And again, I'm seeing it kind of across the spectrum. This is about creating these powerful partnerships that enhance the energy. So a different way of looking at it, we talk about relationships in all kinds of different language, psychological language. Everybody, you have to bring 50-50 into the relationship, or everybody's got to have their 100% and put it in the same way. But there's a different language around this relationship. The language around this relationship is like mutual respect, mutual care, mutual admiration, a vision for your partnership that allows you to co-create together. I was going to say spiritual union, but it's a little bit different than that. This is about you in connection with this other person, and not to be cliche about it, but you create some wholeness through this partnership. And in that wholeness where you each feel incredibly supported and recognized and seen, it brings out these beautiful qualities in each of you that strengthens who you are individually, but also who you are as a partnership. And that partnership then becomes this divine momentum. And again, this is not for everybody, but there are some of you that are in this transformative energy around divine partnership and calling in that divine partner. So that's a beautiful energy here. We also have the Rose's Kiss. Interesting that this is showing up here right after divine partnership, because this energy feels to me more like what it is to be on a solo journey. So for those of you on a solo journey, it's actually interesting. You're cultivating the very same kind of energy that these sacred partners or divine partners are cultivating, but you're doing it in a solo way, right? You're coming into this powerful energy on your own, where things are becoming more integrated, more holistic, more say solid. There's a sense of solidity here within, a sense of solidity within your own well-being that is allowing you to. So I was going to say manifest your dreams, but it's more than that. This is about creating a vision in the world. This is about fulfilling some kind of mission or some kind of vision that you have. And you're coming into clarity about what that is for you through this transformative energy. You're coming into clarity about what that vision is for you. So for those of you on the solo journey right now, for this particular group of you, this is not the group of you that are looking for a partner or longing for a partner or hoping for a partner. This is the group of you that are really solid in your own energy and your own experience. And you're pretty clear at this moment in time that at least for this time period, you are not interested in looking for partnership. You're not seeking that out in any way. And that is not to say by any stretch that partnership is not available to you. That's just what's coming forward here, that for those of you in the current energy that are not seeking partnership, you are also coming into this integrated energy, this solidity that is going to allow you to create that mission in the world, just again, very similarly to this partnership. But in this case, it's like these, how would I say, these two individuals need one another in order to have that complete energy. Whereas for you, for the group that this resonates for, that completeness of that energy is happening within you. For many of you, I get for many of you that this resonates for, that you've already had partnership, that you've already had significant partnership. I'm getting that you're a little older. For those of you that this is resonating for, and by older, I'm even thinking like in the 50s and 60s for some of you. You've had partnership, you've had marriage, you've had significant relationship, and you're almost in a committed energy of solitude, being on the solo journey, okay? And finally, in this energy of transformation, we have sacred reverence. This energy feels incredibly powerful to me. This is very interesting, actually. The way that energy is the way I'm perceiving this energy in sacred reverence, this is speaking to like a whole other group of you. And I feel like this is, if I had to guess, I would say this is speaking to the younger, of those of you that watch these videos that are on the younger side. I would say 30 and maybe 35 and below, 32, somewhere in there. But this is speaking to your particular journey and the transformation that you're going through. And there's something very powerful happening at a spiritual level related to the planet Earth right now. And for those of you that follow, news or whatever, you're probably seeing there's interesting things coming to the forefront. And of course, there's a lot of discernment that's needed. But I feel like for this group of you that you are coming in to be the ushers of that discernment. You're going to be leaders in that conversation. And, however you want to judge the situation or consider the situation, for better or for worse, right now we have a lot of polarity in politics. We have a lot of polarity in a wide variety of things, right? And so what I'm feeling like here is for those of you that this resonates for, it's like you're coming in and creating a whole new conversation. It's not about siding one side or the other or participating in this polarity, but coming together as leaders to create a whole new conversation. It's not just about being right or wrong about the best way to, create renewable energy, and we should have renewable energy because of XYZ, or the converse, we shouldn't have renewable energy because of this, reason, etc. But this is about creating a whole new conversation. The conversation around what do we want to see in the world? How do we want to see the planet moving forward? And what makes sense here? Not just right and wrong, but what makes sense. So for some of you that this is resonating for, this is a very powerful energy that's coming forward around that particular topic. So I'll be really curious. Feel free to drop any comments into the comments box down below if this resonates for you. I'll be really curious to hear more about that. And let's see what other messages want to come through. Anything else? Anything else? For those of you that are starseed, and of course you're all light workers, I'm sure you wouldn't be drawn to this channel or drawn to my readings. But let's take a look at kind of the star energy here. Like this is more soul level kind of stuff. What final messages do you have, Spirit, for our collective today? Final messages for, whoa. How about just one or two? Final messages. All right, maybe 3. Oh, I think it is 2. It is 3. Okay, here we go. We have Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? So there's a call here for self-nurturing. I love this. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? The call to action, if you will, right, in this transformative energy, this transformation, the call to action is shine the heck out of your light. Wasn't that the first card that came out? I feel like it was. Look at this. Shine the heck out of your light. Don't dim yourself. Don't dim your conversations. Don't dim your soul. Don't dim your vision. You're being called for a reason. You're being drawn and propelled for a reason. That's spirit having its life in and through you. Spirit is wanting to express through you. So shine that light. Shine it bright. Shine it very bright. And then we have Sisterhood of the Rose. Beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. Funny that we have, is there another rose here? Or maybe it was just that one, but Sisterhood of the Rose. Oh no, we did have a rose, sorry. We did have a rose, I know we did, for those on the solo journey, right? Okay. Sometimes I get so into the energy that I don't remember what I've just said, and sorry about that. So anyway, we have Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. Yeah, I feel like this is just, you know, calling you to be in that recognition of your own, of that energy, you know, be in recognition of that, you know, on this path and through this journey of transformation, you know, it does require a bit of commitment, right? And I'll preface that to say that everything is a journey and everything is a process. There's no, you know, one and done. We don't just, you know, wake up one day necessarily. Most of us don't wake up one day and it's all figured out, right? It's a process and a journey for all of us. We're all kind of figuring out on a day-to-day basis. And some days, you know, things make a lot of sense, and other days things don't make sense at all. And goodness knows I have many of those days, right? Some days where I have a great deal of clarity, and other days I have no clarity whatsoever, and it's all just a big fog. And what this is speaking to me on and describing to me is this idea that no matter what is coming up, whether you're in a fog or you have great clarity, you know, cultivate a practice, cultivate a way of staying in touch with shining your light, staying in touch with all of these messages that we just had this, you know, expression around. Finding a way to stay in connection with this, you know, cultivating a practice. Do you have a spiritual practice? What is that? Do you meditate? Do you do energy work on yourself? Do you pray? Do you, you know, read prayerful material? Like whatever that is for you, it's not for me to tell you what that is. It's for you to decide for yourself what that is and then stay in connection with that. Maybe it's hiking. Maybe it's being in nature and just, you know, connecting with that, the natural world, and it helps bring you into alignment with spirit. But the message here is about staying in devoted connection with that, being devoted to that process. Don't, you know, not to get complacent about it, okay? All right, Spirit. Let's, a couple cards here on anything that needs to be released. Anything that's ready to be released or healed, please. Released or healed, please. Thank you. Anything more, please? Oh my goodness, too many cards. Anything more, please? Healed or released? Thank you. Wow, lots of really beautiful energies. So let me take a look at these. Oh, interesting. Check it out. Healed or released. This is about letting go of, possibly letting go of old relationships or ideas about what you think a soulmate is. for those of you that are on a soulmate journey. Not quite sure what this is yet. Let me go through the rest of these and see if it becomes clear. Releasing insecurity. Releasing this sense of bittersweetness. This is like that double-edged sword, right? And sometimes we have this belief of taking the good with the bad, so to speak. It's a cliche, or maybe not cliche, but there's a term for that. I don't know what it is. It's a saying. This is take the good with the bad. This is kind of about releasing that belief, releasing the beliefs that in order to have the good, you have to have the bad. Spirit is just saying here, no, we don't have to be in that belief. We don't have to believe in that belief, be in that belief. We have the energy, releasing perfection. Oh my goodness. That one really resonates for me. I am 7 planets in Libra, and I have lots of Virgo influence as well. So I'm constantly in this energy of in my head. I think a lot, and I have, and it creates this sort of barrier around trying to be perfect in a way, right? Trying to make things perfect, make things right. And so part of my journey is balancing between doing something well enough and also leaving it up to spirit to let it unfold, and trusting that it's going to unfold perfectly and it'll be okay. It'll be okay. So that's an interesting one. We also have the energy of balance here. For me, this energy reads as releasing our attachment to having to feel a certain way at any particular time. Sometimes we can be in that energy of, you know, at least I can say for me that sometimes I'm in that energy of, you know, I always have to feel good, or when I feel bad, it means, you know, it sort of takes away from having felt good. And I think this energy here is a great reminder that, you know, both of those things happen for us all the time. You know, we know this intellectually. It's just sometimes hard to deal with that emotionally. But we recognize intellectually that, you know, different things are happening for all of us at, you know, at all times. You know, things are happening that feel difficult, and things are happening that are amazing and wonderful, and they can be happening all at the same time. And so this is kind of allowing for that flexibility, allowing for that recognition, and being open to it. Passion. There's something in this energy. It's kind of funny. Something here about overeagerness, like letting go of the overeagerness. And actually, there's something in that around perfection too, right? Sometimes when we can be overeager, we want to do it right. We want to do it just perfectly, so much so that we miss all kinds of opportunities to be present and to really enjoy and delight in the energy that's coming forward. And so in general, passion is good, but I think, you know, when passion kind of overtakes us and blinds us to the other things that are happening around us, it may lead to this sense of perfectionism, or, you know, just we can kind of get lost in it, right? So this is, again, about balancing, tempering that energy, allowing for the passion to come forward, but letting it be very grounded and centered, and being present in the passion, okay? Not letting it take you over, kind of thing. And faith, and I know I was going to come back to this card as well, so I'm going to pull that out. You know, I feel like in this energy, you know, for some of you, this is a little bit about, and it's kind of a challenging energy. For some of you, this is a little bit about releasing yourself from belief systems that are part of your religious upbringing, belief systems that may not fully align with how you see yourself now or how you experience yourself now. And I would say also, well, what more here, Spirit? That's kind of the main message. I feel like there's something else here, but it's not coming to me very clearly, so I won't stumble my way through it. I'll just leave it at that, and if it resonates for you, great, and if it doesn't, sorry. But I think there's something here for some of you around releasing beliefs and patterns from prior religious upbringing that may be influencing some of how you're moving forward at this time. And this energy of discovery has me stumped. I wanna pull an additional card here. Spirit, can you help clarify, please, this energy of discovery? Thank you. Trickery. Oh. You know, I feel like there's something in this energy about, I'm going to use the term self-deception. Putting our attention on things that distract us from our path. And there's nothing, you know, inherently negative or bad about this. I think it's just a sense that, you know, it's okay to let this stuff go. It's okay to, there's also a sense of like being flexible on the journey, right? Not overly attaching ourselves to one philosophy or one idea that, again, prevents us, it's similar to this energy, that prevents us from seeing the big picture. So I think that, you know, we can, you know, move in this energy and have some sense of flexibility, but there's kind of a warning, a yellow flag, you know, a cautionary flag here about, you know, not allowing ourselves to get caught up in things that become distractions, things that take us off our path. And for some of you, this can be, and it's coming through clearly this way, that for some of you, this can be other people in your life that maybe they don't understand the journey that you're on. Maybe they're not quite clear on, you know, what you're into. And so they may speak negatively about it. They may say things like, well, why? Well, that doesn't make sense. You know, why are you doing that? Or, hey, that's against our religion. You know, you shouldn't be doing that. That's against what we believe. And so these external factors become distractions. They become, you know, they take us off our path, off that path of clarity. Okay, Spirit would like me to pull some final messages here. And so we are going to do guidance, a little bit of guidance here, and also what strengths can this group focus on? What strengths can this group focus on that help them on this journey? What are the strengths that help them on this journey, please? Strengths for this journey, please. Whew, sorry, my heater just kicked in. It's snowing outside, so my heat just feels like really hot. I'm not having a hot flash, I swear. I'm not having a hot flash. Okay. All right, beautiful. Here's some wonderful energies to focus on this journey. These are some strengths, some of your strengths. Being honest. Be honest with yourself. You know that you can't always expect honesty from everyone. People are just where they are, but you can always expect it from yourself. So be honest with who you are within yourself, and keep, you know, hold integrity within yourself. This says denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. So your strength is in your ability to manage your fear well, to deal with the fears that come up, and allowing yourself to, when fear comes up, to create a space of insight and have awareness about what that fear means to you and how you're navigating that. I release the need to know all the answers. Yes. Freeing yourself up from, again, that perfectionism, all of that. So the more we're able to be in this energy of, you know, surrendering and not having to know all the answers, not having to be perfect, the more the energy will flow. It will become more and more fluid. And finally, we have success. I know that there is no greater no greater goal than to love. So for those of you that this message is resonating for, there's a sense here that, you know, one of your greatest strengths is tapping into that energy of love, tapping into that energy of divine love that surrounds us all, and letting that carry you, you know, letting that carry you. All right, so I'm going to pull a couple final cards here. Heart and soul message. Too many cards. Heart and soul message, and then an advice card, okay? And we will wrap up this reading. Boy, these cards are hard to shuffle, so sometimes a lot of them come flying out. Heart and soul message, please, for this collective. Thank you so much, Spirit. Can you see that? Beautiful. This card signifies expansion and the accomplishment and success that come as a result of doing what you love, or something that has great meaning for you. You are creating something of lasting value that will be enjoyed by others for years to come. A strong sense of teamwork and fulfillment abound. And one final advice card. We have study. Spirit has its own special way of letting you know that it's time to study again. From time to time, it's important to go back and learn, whether that's learning old things in a new way or learning something totally new. This is an opportunity to expand your mind. Well, thank you so much. What a fun reading, and I appreciate the opportunity to bring these messages forward for you. And I wish you all the best, much love, and take good care. Thanks.